Without question, the coronavirus is affecting everyone. I think all of us feel the stress to some degree, and sometimes it can even go to extremes and lead to domestic violence. Here to talk about that is Heather Koval, Victim Services Supervisor at the Carol Susat Family Advocacy Center, which is part of the Irving Police Department. Thank you so much for being here, Heather.
Thank you for having me.
What trends are you seeing when it comes to domestic violence?
Well, Thomas, we are still seeing domestic violence occurring in our homes in the city of Irving and across our nation. You know, we're hearing that some locations are seeing an increase in reporting. Some of the nonprofits are having additional calls for service right now. We are seeing a consistent trend in our city of police reports being made about domestic violence occurring in people's homes. And so we are doing everything that we can to make sure that we're able to keep individuals safe and get them a good safety plan put into place and be able to move forward in a good and healthy way.
You know, I'm sure a lot of the advice remains constant. So when is it time to call police, go to a shelter, or otherwise seek help?
So we certainly want an individual to call the police if they are being threatened, if they are being assaulted, if they are fearful of someone living in their home. Then that is certainly a time that we want them to call the police and have them come out there. One of our big concerns right now is a lot of times individuals don't call the police until they're prompted to by a family member or friend, and with social distancing and individuals not going into work and those types of things, they may not have that individual to encourage them to call. So we really want individuals to know if you are being threatened, if you are being assaulted, it's really important that you call the police. There are additional resources if an individual is not at a place that they can call the police or that they feel safe doing so. There are emergency shelters. There is the National Domestic Violence Hotline that's 24/7 that individuals can call and talk to about their options and resources and what other things they might be able to do.
And even when cases do not escalate to violence, there can be increased stress and anxiety within families during this time. What advice do you have for those more day-to-day challenges?
Absolutely. You know, I recently was observing a webinar by one of the leading experts in trauma, Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, and he was talking about the conditions that exist right now with COVID-19 have a lot of the same elements of a traumatic experience. We currently are in a situation where there's a lack of predictability. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know how long this is going to last, the severity of the long-term impacts. There's so many elements of the unknown. You know, when we're in a situation where we see a threat, a natural human response is to fight or to flee. We're kind of in a situation right now where we don't have those options. We're waiting to figure out what to do next, and a lot of that is not up to us. We have a lack of control in that situation. Some of the other things that are currently existing for a lot of individuals right now is that lack of connection. We are built for connection, and we don't have that right now. We are sheltering in place, we are staying in our residence, and so that is a compounding factor. And then that lack of safety. We don't know where the threat is. People who seem healthy could be carriers of the virus, and so we don't really know where the threat is all the time. So all of those factors together really put us in a situation of feeling that we're in crisis. And so it's important that families have that conversation about how everybody's doing and what's going on. And there's some really simple things that we can do to help address this. This isn't a simple issue by any means, but little things like having a routine. You know, all of us have our schedules turned upside down, but having a routine, having a time that you're getting up, a time that you're having breakfast, and having that routine set becomes really important to being able to manage your day and to manage what's going on. Having things that you can look forward to, scheduling a family Zoom meeting that you're going to meet up with all of your family members, or through any of those tele services, or having a family pajama night that you watch. That's one of the things that my family does is we have a pajama party on Friday nights. We either make or order pizza and watch a movie. But those are things that you can look forward to and know, okay, well, when Friday comes, we're going to do this, and it's going to be special and it's going to be fun. So that can be really important as well. Making sure that you're limiting your access to the news. Almost every news story is about what's going on right now, and that can continue to escalate individuals' anxiety, depression, fear, all those kinds of things. So I'm not saying don't watch the news, but maybe select, I'm only going to watch this news channel at this time, so that you're not constantly being inundated. I heard someone talking about that people are doom scrolling on their tablets or on their phones and just seeing all the bad things that are happening and how detrimental that can be to our mental health. And then the last things are just making sure that you are eating healthy, that you're drinking plenty of water. That becomes really important. You know, our bodies heal with those kinds of things. Exercise becomes really important, and making sure that you're taking time to breathe. A lot of times when we get really anxious, it's hard to stop and breathe. So making sure that you're taking that time to keep yourself healthy physically and mentally. Everything works together. So we have to keep our physical health well, and that helps with our mental and emotional health as well.
Some good ideas there, everything from the practical to the fun pajama parties.
Do it, yeah.
Let's look at the broader topic of mental health. What impacts do you anticipate, and what help is available?
Sure. Well, you know, I'm certainly hearing about mental health concerns that are arising specifically from COVID-19. And I'm really so impressed by mental health providers and the steps that they've been taking in order to accommodate clients' needs. You know, really our domestic violence resources and the mental health resources that we've had in the past have all converted to methods that they can continue to providing those acute critical care services to clients. So even in our advocacy center, telehealth services are being provided, so clients are continuing to receive services. The North Texas Behavioral Health Association has a 24/7 hotline that individuals can call if they are experiencing some issues related to the situation that's currently going on. Dallas Metro Care has a number that people can call. There are online services that have been available and continue to be available for people to receive counseling services and those kinds of things. So all of those services are currently available and being provided. So I encourage people to check with their current insurance plan and see what things are covered, if they need to contact our advocacy center and see what might be available for them or where the best place would be for them to start based on their current situation.
Heather Koval, thank you so much for sharing information on this important topic. And to reach the Carol Susat Family Advocacy Center, you can call 972-721-6560.